Let's get on and do a real interview, shall we? Right, it's Mike from the Mike James Rock Show. We're at TechFest 2017. Gentlemen, introduce yourself, not that you need it to me, but for our listeners and viewers.
I am Matt from Martyr Defiled, and this is yet another Mike James Rock Show interview for me.
Another one.
Exciting. My highlight of every festival is come and see you.
Oh, bless.
There you go.
Every festival. Yeah, you're doing a lot of festivals this year, aren't you?
We're trying. We're trying. With the new album out, we're just trying to get about a bit and play some songs, really. We just like playing the music, you know?
That's cool. How is the new album going down? 'Cause it's been out a couple of months now, hasn't it? So,
yeah, it's good. We tried to push the envelope a little bit, do some stuff.
Yeah.
You know, we haven't got a label anymore by choice. We decided.
A lot of bands doing that nowadays.
Honestly, we've made more money off this album in 3 months than we have off our entire back catalogue over 10 years.
That's cool.
Do you know what I mean?
It's the proper D.I.Y. as it used to be back in the day. I think it kind of something to do with austerity. Bands, like if you look back in history over the last sort of 30 years or so, more D.I.Y. bands come out when there's austerity happening.
Absolutely, and it's looking at the business side of it. Record labels have less money to play with. There's less upside in bands anymore in releasing music. So, and the fact of the matter is now you can create and you know, we just did it. A professionally sounding, well-produced album for under £2,000.
That's
you know, what
amazing.
do you need? You used to have to pay, 40, 50, 60,000 pounds. So you don't need a label to do that anymore.
You have to spend £2,000 just for a day in a studio, most
Absolutely, absolutely. So, you can get away with doing it yourself. You don't need the label back in. Social media makes it easy to spread your message. With the way things move virally, it's so much easier for you for people to find your band now. You don't have to rely on people putting you on the radio and finding out about it that way.
But we do put you on the radio because it's the original format for
Always
getting music out there.
Don't get me wrong, I love the radio, I love a podcast. But what my point being is that before it was paid placements and people would be paid to put on the Radio 1 A list, and that is essentially whether your band was going to make it or not, whether you're on that list, and how much money your label was prepared to pay for that. No, it doesn't matter so much.
It really doesn't. It's generic. You're in charge of, and you've got instant reach. It's like having a fan club as well as like normal fans as well, because you can talk to them directly.
Absolutely.
And not through labels and all that kind of thing.
And not just for bands either, for like yourself, like That's Not Metal, what Bees is doing over there. You don't have to be an A-list radio DJ to push your radio show anymore. You can just put it out there and people will check it out themselves.
Exactly. YouTube channel will get to see this interview, and then that's probably the first people that see it. Then the audio goes out on podcasts and radio. There's so much available to people and bands yourself. Are you finding that you're doing the DIY style for booking bands as well? Is this how you've got into so many festivals?
No, we've got an agent, but again, he's a mate. Our agent's a mate. The guy that produced the record's a mate. The guy that did the artwork's a mate. We
pays to our friends. Then
he does pay. Well, we still pay him for the paying for the work. But the thing is that we've been around a long time. We've done a lot of stuff, and we've made the mistakes to learn from. And now, I just wish that I knew then in 2009 what I know now in 2017. But, it's a journey. It's always a journey, isn't it? So it's fun to do it this way and do it how we want to do it rather than being told how to do it.
And that's it. No restrictions besides on yourself and what you put upon yourself.
Absolutely.
Did you really put pressure on yourself to we've got to write an album, we've got to do it by this time, or was it once it's done and then you put the pressure on to do the post-production? And
maybe we wrote about 35, 40 songs for this record. We wrote a lot.
Okay.
It was actually originally planned to be a split album. We were going to do two 7-track albums back to back, and then we ended up just putting them both together. So we just let the music happen. We let Ryan was writing songs, I was writing vocals, Richard was putting drums to it, Lee and Aaron were having their say and putting their vibe on things, and it just happened very naturally. And then we decided we're just going to release a song, and then we thought if we're going to release one of the songs, we might as well release an entire album, so bang it out. And that's why we released Salem on the 14th of April, and we had the full album out on the 28th.
Yeah, it was a quick turnover. I remember playing it on the radio and thinking, this is a killer tune. I'm going to have to wait until probably TechFest for the album and see you guys and stuff. And then the album was there, and it's out and people were listening to it.
But you don't have to. That 3-month waiting list is because labels to stretch the singles out as long as they can. Stretch the pre-orders, try and drain every penny. We just want people to listen to the music.
That's exactly it, and then come to your shows.
Exactly.
So where else can people see you this year?
We've got 3 shows in the month: Bournemouth, Nottingham, and Corby. Then we're playing a festival in Glasgow, Throne Fest, festival in Manchester, Deadbolt, and a festival in Plymouth called Turbulence.
You have indeed. That's our neck of the woods. So we'll probably come and see you again there. It'd be great.
It's good. It's good lineup. That Fort Hope headline. I think Gideon's on there.
So,
Kingdom of Giants, Create to Inspire, going to be on there as well.
And it's split over a couple of venues. All
I believe,
together,
it's like a dot to dot kind of. Like they do it in Nottingham a lot, don't they?
Yeah, like Hit the Deck.
Hit the Deck, the DHP style.
Yeah,
festival, which is good. But
and it's in the West Country, which is awesome.
I love a bit of West Country. Well, Lee's from Yeovil, believe it or not.
Wow, slightly north of the
West Country. They'd still claim it. That's why when people from Leeds tell me I'm from the south, I'm in Nottingham, I'm like, that's not the south. It's not the south.
That's like people saying, how close are you to Plymouth? It's like, well, Dartmoor's in the way, but it's the same city pretty much.
Essentially. No, it's good, and it's actually the 10-year anniversary of our very first practice in November, and the 10-year anniversary of our very first show in February 2018.
Okay,
so we'll do
making plans for that then?
Yeah, we'll do something for that.
It's our 10th anniversary next year as well.
No way.
Yeah.
That's weird, isn't it?
I know,
spooky.
Yeah. Perhaps we should do something with you guys.
Maybe.
We'll leave it on that because you've got to go and load in. I think your guys are waiting for you to show your muscles and whatnot.
I'll probably take a slow walk over.
Yeah. But as always, man, a pleasure to see you, and we'll probably see you at Turbulence Festival.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, man.
Right.